Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDN TV Nigeria. Click on the subscribe button and be the first to get notifications. And now, let's join ace broadcaster MAMODE AKUGHA as he takes us inside the Niger Delta.
Hello out there and welcome to the program. It's Inside the Niger Delta, the authentic voice of Nigeria's oil-rich region. I'm your regular host, MAMODE AKUGHA. First and foremost, I'd like to wish all our numerous viewers a very happy New Year 2024. And now, let's get down to brass tacks. Delta State Governor Right Honorable Sheriff Oborewori says completion of all projects his administration inherited from the immediate past government remains top of his priorities. Governor Oborewori, who was at different locations in the state last week to inspect ongoing works, said no project initiated by him or his predecessor will be abandoned under his watch as governor, while noting that his administration is committed to sustainable development of the state regardless of who takes the glory.
One of the many promises Right Honorable Sheriff Oborewori made to Deltans on assuming office is that his administration will continue all projects it inherited from the immediate past government in the state, as well as initiate new ones that will improve the lot of citizens and residents alike. In the past 7 months of his government, he has gone ahead to walk his talk with some of the said projects already completed, commissioned and in use. Not taking his foot off the pedal, the governor has opened the year with a series of inspection visits to sites of ongoing projects in the state. Governor Oborewori, while at AKUGHA Northeast local government area where he inspected the construction of a storm drainage channel from Owa Alero through Owa Alizomo and Owa Ofie to link Iyama stream, reassured Deltans of his commitment to the sustainable development of the state.
The terrain years are very bad, especially during rainy season. So the only way to cure it is to make sure we construct the storm drains that will take the water from the villages to the stream, and that's what we're doing here. Like government is a continuum. No project will be abandoned. We'll continue with the old ones and initiate new ones.
He also inspected the Accelerated Agricultural Development Scheme, AADS, at Mbiri Farm Settlement with 30 greenhouses for the cultivation of tomatoes and other vegetables, and the Agro-Industrial Park at Abo Ogwashi for rice milling in AKUGHA Northeast and Anyochu South local government areas.
We have this kind of farm settlement, not just only here in Mbiri, here in the 3 senatorial districts. We are going to support them because there's money available now, about 2 billion. We work hand in hand with the Ministry of Works to see how we can able to manage this road, either we asphalt, either we just grade, whichever way we can do to see that we can carry these products outside this place.
Meanwhile, Delta State Governor Right Honorable Sheriff Oborewori has approved 15 hectares of land at the former Delta State School of Marine Technology, Kwale campus, as a takeoff site for the Federal University of Medical and Health Sciences in Ndokwa West local government area of the state. The Commissioner for Lands, Survey and Urban Development, Emamusi Obiode, who made this known to our crew in an exclusive interview, noted that the state is ready and open to state and private investors.
In the next 1 or 2 weeks, we'll give them the certificate of occupancy for that place. The state is ready to receive more investors, whether be it federal government or private investors. We're open for any developments that will impact positively on the life of Deltans and Nigeria in general.
Federal University of Medical and Health Sciences Kwale, approved by former President Muhammadu Buhari in May 2023, will operate from this site until the construction of its 100 hectares permanent site located at Kwale, Ndokwa West local government area. of the state.
Inside the Niger Delta.
Bayelsa State Governor Senator Doyediri has called for a truce in the political feud that turned the former governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, and his benefactor, Governor Siminalayi Fubara, to strange bedfellows. Senator Diri made the call recently when he received his Rivers State counterpart at his country home in Sampo, Bayelsa State.
The year started on a very good note for the governors of Bayelsa and Rivers State. In a courtesy visit to the governor of Bayelsa State by his Rivers State counterpart Siminalayi Fubara, Governor Doyediri called for peace between Governor Siminalayi and former Governor Nyesom Wike. Diri, who had been quiet in the face-off, said he was working behind the scene to ensure that there was peace in Rivers State, as the two states are one and the same.
Let's give peace a chance to both sides in the crisis in Rivers State. I call for peace, call for understanding.
In the spirit of peace, the Bayelsa State Governor agreed to settle all matters in court between the two states.
You are aware that we have a lot of legal battles, up to the point that our house in Port Harcourt was pulled down. It is time for us to sit down and resolve these matters.
Earlier, the governor of Rivers State, Siminalayi Fubara, stated that the reason for his visit to the state was to have a unification meeting with Governor Diri and to declare his desire to work with him for the common good of both states and to settle all issues amongst them.
From this particular moment, whatever it is, let us look for a way, settle it, so that we can move ahead.
In another development, Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Senator Henneking Lokpobiri, in a visit to Bayelsa State, lamented the level of pollution and bunkering in the state. He said it has so far affected the derivation that is supposed to be accrued to the state.
I came today to solicit for the support of His Excellency, my brother, the governor of Bayelsa, so that we could work together and then resolve some of these problems.
The governor appealed to the minister to assist the state in ways it can utilize the abundant gas resources available in the state.
The world is moving away from petroleum, looking for other cleaner sources of energy. And gas immediately becomes a transitional energy. So the abundant gas that we have in our state, you are still our representative there, whether the portfolio is not with you. We will still come to you.
Some of Governor Diri's activities for the beginning of the year was the signing into law of the appropriation bill for 2024. Part of the bills that was signed into law was the Bayelsa State Electricity Law 2023. Bayelsa State Governor said by virtue of signing the bill into law, the MD, Engineer Olis Kemenanabo, was under pressure to ensure that the state has a functional electricity outfit. Furthermore, in his Yuletide visit to the former president of Nigeria, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, Senator Doyediri gave kudos to the former president's statesmanship as he appreciated him for his role in the success of the November 11 governorship election in the state.
Inside the Niger Delta. AKUGHA Group, oil and gas, dredging, power and air transportation. AKUGHA Group, petroleum product sufficiency, energy sustainability and infrastructure development.
Edo State, the heartbeat of the nation. Behold your son, Honorable Sergius Osaisoche Ogun, a politician of high integrity, transparency, competence and honesty. A former two-time member of Nigeria's House of Representatives, Honorable Sergius Ogun is a name that is synonymous with credible leadership and good governance. A game changer, a beacon of hope, a champion for educational reforms, affordable healthcare and infrastructural development. Honorable Sergius Ogun, National Daily Newspaper Lawmaker of the Year 2022. Honorable Sergius Ogun, Edo First, always. Residents of Obehi, Umuakwo, and Umunteke communities in Ukwa West local government area of Abia State have hailed the Niger Delta Development Commission (NDDC) for installing solar-powered energy street lights in their communities after several months of total blackout. The excited residents said pockets of violence and criminalities have been expunged from their communities, while small-scale businesses are now thriving since the intervention by the NDDC.
Obehi, Umuakwo, and Umunteke communities are part of many areas in Ukwa West local government area of Abia State and have had to endure power blackout for several months after being disconnected from the national power grid. Rising to the occasion in September 2023, the Niger Delta Development Commission (NDDC) awarded a contract for the installation of solar energy-powered streetlights to light up the communities at night. Residents and commuters who confirmed that the NDDC electrification project now serves as the only source of power available to the communities praised the agency for its timely intervention.
Before the solar, the road was dark, but now you can even ride if your light is not shining well. I can move at any time and come back at any time because of the street light.
They also observed the light installation has brought back nightlife and has reduced crimes such as robbery and kidnapping, which had become prevalent in their domains. At the outset of his administration, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the NDDC, Dr. Samuel Obuku, had promised Niger Deltans that the Commission would make supply of clean, renewable and affordable power a necessity for communities through the agency's special electrification scheme, tagged Light Up the Niger Delta. While interacting recently with newsmen at the NDDC corporate headquarters in Port Harcourt, Dr. Obuku said the scheme, which is aimed at ensuring that every facet of the region is lit up to discourage criminal activities under the guise of darkness, maintained that the project will be replicated in every Niger Delta community, especially the rural areas.
Because most of our communities do not have access to the power grid, hence we thought using the solar power system will be sufficient to provide power for the people in order to ensure that at night the communities are bright. So we are taking these things gradually. It is phase by phase.
Under the NDDC Light Up the Niger Delta scheme, several communities across the 9 states of the region have already been lit up with hundreds of renewable power sources.
Inside the Niger Delta.
3 years after the demise of Eze Vincent Ogbonaya Okoro, the late Ezearo of Arochukwu Kingdom in Abia State, the Okenachi royal family met, deliberated and screened 2 of his eligible sons as possible successors to the throne of Arochukwu Kingdom. Between Mazi Godwin Kanu Ide and Prince Eberechukwu Oji, the selection committee decided that Prince Eberechukwu Oji will be the next Ezearo of Arochukwu Kingdom. With the fulfillment of initial traditional rites, December 26, 2023 was fixed for the public coronation of Prince Eberechukwu Oji. Abia State government suspended all activities about the coronation of the Ezearo of Arochukwu Kingdom. However, the people of Arochukwu, popularly known as Umuaro, are yearning and asking for immediate coronation of Prince Eberechukwu Oji as the Ezearo of Arochukwu Kingdom. The Okenachi royal family of Arochukwu Kingdom is made up of 3 ruling houses, namely Asioke Okenachi, Kanu Okoro Okenachi, and Oji Okoro Okenachi. It has the primary responsibility of choosing a traditional ruler for the Arochukwu Kingdom whenever the need arises. Upon the demise of the last Ezearo of Arochukwu Kingdom 3 years ago, the Okenachi royal house went to work to ensure it provides a suitable monarch for the kingdom. However, while the selection process was on, young members of the family met and convinced the elders to look towards the younger generation.
If you look at what is happening in other parts of the nation, everybody knows the story of the Olu of Warri, a very young man who became the Olu of Warri, the Oni of Ife, a very young man who became, and in many other places where young, enterprising, professional people were brought forward. We said, it's time that Aro goes through some kind of transformation so that we allow the young people who are blue bloods, who are born into the kingdom.
As a result, 2 possible candidates were thrown up Prince Eberechukwu Orji from the Orji Okoro Kenachi House and Mazi Godwin Kanu Ide from the Kanu Okoro Kenachi ruling house. They both underwent a rigorous screening process that saw them being interviewed severally by the selection committee. At the end of the exercise, the selection committee set up by the Okenachi Royal House decided that Prince Eberechukwu Orji will be the next Ezearo of Arochukwu Kingdom. Prince Orji then proceeded with the traditional rites of presentation to different communities in Arochukwu, after which the 26th of December 2023 was set up for his coronation. Apparently dissatisfied with the verdict of the selection committee, Mazi Ide resorted to self-help and took matters into his hands by stage managing a kangaroo coronation presided over by a traditional ruler of an Arochukwu subclan, Eze Ibomisi, Mazi Kanu Nwakanu Okereke. According to Eze Ibomisi, he decided to perform the coronation because Prince Eberechukwu Orji cannot be Ezearo as his father is still alive.
We call whoever buried his father, we call that person Mazi. Before you become Mazi of a family, you are an owner of that family. Not Mazi. Everybody is still Mazi. Somebody's father is still living. Can never be as of Aaron.
Debunking Eze Ibomisi's position, Mazi Nwosu Basi Nwosu, another monarch of a subclan in Arochukwu Kingdom, says no tradition or culture exists in the kingdom that forbids a son from becoming an Eze while his father is alive, as his own father was crowned Eze Amukwa while his grandfather was alive.
That's my grandfather. Handed over to my father in 1936. Then my grandfather died in 1949. Other places in this community in Arochukwu that had the similar things, development.
Business mogul Mazi Samo Wabua say it is absolutely irrelevant whether or not an Ezearo's father is alive or dead.
We shouldn't have gone ahead to crown. At least today we'll have something to be talking. As we're in this village, that everyone will gather and say, his objections, are they valid? Do you agree that somebody whose father is alive shouldn't be Medese, who is second son? The community can debunk it and then we'll override him. We'll not say, we have debunked you, go ahead and crown this guy. I can say my point. But he took a decision, which he did on his own, and that's where some people hold him, including myself, and he has acted in haste. Eze Aro is a reverse truth. It should be somebody who is venerated, somebody who is honorable, a person of integrity, who has charisma. Because if you don't have charisma, you can't lead.
Act by the illegal coronation conducted by Eze Ibomisi, Mazi Kanu Nwakanu, the Abia State government immediately suspended Eze Ibomisi as a traditional ruler in the state and set up a panel of inquiry to investigate the circumstances surrounding the clandestine and illegal coronation. To prevent any possible breakdown of law and order and to enable the Abia State government make a firm pronouncement on the matter, it ordered the postponement of the coronation.
Government is trying to bring peace, not to meddle in the affairs of the people. And the government has effectively bring peace to Aro Kingdom.
Prince Orji is also the choice of the Okenachi family, as well as the Council of Traditional Rulers in Arochukwu Kingdom, Ndiezeogo, who issued a statement signed by his chairman, His Royal Highness Solomon Akan, in support of Eberechukwu and asked all Umuaro to support the young prince as the next Ezearo of Arochukwu Kingdom. As the Aro people await the conclusion of the panel of inquiry by the Abia State government, they are earnestly looking forward to the coronation of Prince Engineer Eberechukwu Orji as the next Ezearo of Arochukwu Kingdom in a not-too-distant future.
I don't see anything that will make people to be dragging about his or him not to rule. He is capable of ruling.
He's a man we need, a man with vision and mission, a man that will listen to the people's cry. We don't want a person that will not attract anything. So I say that they should allow the man to be the king of this Arochukwu.
Inside the Niger Delta.
After 7 years of being without a king, the people of Okoloba community happily chose Dr. Wes Alazia from amongst their prominent personalities to take over the affairs of the community that has been under the leadership of a caretaker committee in the past years. It was a one-of-a-kind event as dignitaries from within and outside the community gathered at Abadani compound to witness the coronation ceremony of Dr. Wes Alazia as the Opudani II of Okoloba community in Bayelsa State.
In a grand ceremony attended by sons and daughters of Okoloba community, royal fathers, clergymen, government officials, friends and well-wishers, Dr. Wes Alazia was crowned and handed over the staff of office as the Opudani II paramount ruler of Okoloba Dani dynasty. It was a long week of celebration, dancing and jubilation for the people of Okoloba as they welcomed their new king, who was taking over from the caretaker committee that managed the affairs of the community since the demise of His Royal Highness Macpherson McCarthy 7 years ago. Some community members hailed Dr. Wedge's developmental effort work in the community and therefore emphasized that he was the right choice.
His community is very proud to have him, and we that are not from Okoloba, we know that they are privileged to have him, and his elevation to this role is well deserved.
The man has been development all over his years. Now that another crown had been added as a traditional ruler of Okoloba community, more developments will be coming.
Dr. Wes Alazia is an illustrious son of the soil who hails from Okoloba community in the Kolokuma-Opokuma local government area of Bayelsa State. Dr. Wes has worked in various managerial capacity for different government establishments, including the NDLEA, NNPC and the NDDC. He still serves as the Director Administration and Human Resources with the NDDC headquarters Port Harcourt. Some of his well-wishers believe that having gained so much experience and connections, he has all it takes to bring the necessary development to Okoloba.
If he wants to develop anywhere, he knows NDDC, like our people say, knife knows everything about the inside of yam.
So now that he has come to take the throne, we think the expectations of Okoloba and Sabagria people is going to do more to the glory of God.
Dr. Alazia, in his thank you message, appreciated Okoloba people and on behalf of the community, appreciated the Executive Governor, Senator Doye Diri, who was rightly represented by the Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Community Development, Chief Thompson Amule, for the construction of the Polako Bridge, which he said was the first alternative route to Yenagua.
Of Bayelsa State, we are so much aware of what they are doing, the Polako Bridge in particular, which we've been yearning for a long time. I know that in the next 6 months, we will no longer go through any far region.
In the same vein, he also appreciated the Managing Director of the NDDC, Sam Ogbuku, for the light installments in the community. Dr. Alazia said some of his agenda for the community will be to ensure peace and see to it that the community continues to develop under his watch.
Inside the Niger Delta.
Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, Dr. Samuel Ogbuku, says plans are underway to establish a Niger Delta Sports Institute to develop a crop of athletes across the region. Dr. Ogbuku, who made this known recently during a football tournament of old secondary school students organized by the NDDC, said the initiative is intended to disabuse youths from vices and engage them in sports where they can make ends meet for themselves.
The Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, Dr. Samuel Ogbuku, believes that creating sports and recreational centers in the Niger Delta would be a common ground for integrating the region. The WW White Old School Football Tournament between old secondary school boys and girls, organized by the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, was part of the Commission's effort to revive local sporting events, unite old-time friends while creating healthy competitions. The tournament, which was held at the Shark Stadium in Port Harcourt, brought together men and women from across the Niger Delta to compete in various sports. Memories of good old athletic days came flashing in as the Baptist High School beat the Stella Maris College in the quarter-finals, Comprehensive Secondary School in the semi-finals and then defeated the government secondary school Borokiri to lift the trophy.
It's a way of bringing everyone together, a way of uniting all of us 30 years after we have left school.
So I want to encourage other states to emulate what the CEO and MD of NDDC is trying to do.
Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the NDDC, Dr. Samuel Ogbuku, who presented trophies to winners who participated in different activities, said the old school football competition was organized to promote integration in the Niger Delta through sporting activities.
For NDDC, we really want to encourage sports development. This is a competition that has produced professional footballers in the early 80s in Port Harcourt. So we are just trying to revive the competition by using those players that played in the early 80s and late 90s.
On the bigger side, Dr. Ogbuku hinted that the NDDC would in the coming days launch a Niger Delta Sports Institute where Niger Delta youth would be groomed athletically to compete in sporting events from local to national levels and beyond. He said plans have been concluded to host the first ever Niger Delta Sports Festival, where all the 9 states of the region would converge to showcase their respective sports prowess this year.
Not just targeting at one sport, where we bring all the Niger Delta states under one roof to compete in different sports.
The Niger Delta Sports Institute is expected to operate in collaboration with the governments of Niger Delta states.
Inside the Niger Delta.
Well, before we go, we'd like to join all men of goodwill and indeed the governor of Delta State, Right Honorable Sheriff Oburewori, in wishing a happy birthday to a great son of the Niger Delta, Chief Dr. Daniel Omoyibo, Chairman, Damotech Group, on his 55th birthday. Damotech, as is popularly known, is a big player in the oil and gas industry, hospitality sector, and several other businesses. But what is by far his biggest commitment to humanity is his demonstration of love and dedication to the well-being of his fellow man. This over the years has been on display through his philanthropic activities and empowerment programs in support of thousands of people. As you celebrate your 55th birthday, we say more grease to your elbow and may God continue to bless you as you bless others. Well, that's where we draw the curtain on the program for today. Inside the Niger Delta, the authentic voice of Nigeria's oil-rich region, will be back same time, same station next week. Until then, you can follow us on our social media handles showing right now on your screens. And please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDNTV Nigeria. Until next week, I am MAMODE AKUGHA thanking you for staying tuned. Bye for now.